We got Blade Runner, a Hellboy reboot, and a film on a very important Black Panther. NERDSoul. Late Ill Kid at One Youngster, holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul. What is up, my people? Today, oh yeah, we're about to get into another episode of Dropping Jewels, which is pretty much a grab bag show where during the week things happen, we can't get to it all, so we stuff it in right here and get it in on whether it's comics, movies, TV, whatever it is, and we have a good time. But before we get started, I got a little bit of house cleaning. You guys have sent me messages, contemporaries who told me to get in the game, and now I'm starting. My Patreon account is now here. If you guys want to help build NERDSoul with me, do more traveling, do more collaborations, more shows, more quality, all that good stuff that helps me bring you cooler content, you can get it right there in the link below. Cool, yeah. I love that picture. So let's get started. Antoine Fuqua is working right now with Sony to develop a film about the Black Panther leader, Fred Hampton. This is a story that he says is a passion project of his. And if you know Antoine Fuqua's work, you know he's already a dope director. And I feel that something that's a passion project of his will only take it like that much higher. This is going to be written by Chris Smith, but that script that he's writing is based on a book called The Assassination of Fred Hampton and How the FBI and the Chicago Police Murdered a Black Panther. The book is written by Jeffrey Haas, and I think this is a story that needs to be told. You know what I'm saying? Just like the film Detroit that's coming, I think these are stories that, you know, have been kind of told in documentaries and stuff like that, but I don't think for the crowd that isn't into documentaries, I don't think they might even know too much about what's going on. And I think it's worth telling stories like these. And I can't wait to see where this goes, what the trailer looks like, how it's depicted, especially since this is a passion project. You know, whenever you have stuff like Miles Ahead, which was a passion project, you have stuff like that, you get a lot of love and a lot of care into a film that I think really matters, maybe now more than ever. So I'm gonna back up a little bit and give you some info. Fred Hampton was a leader of the Illinois chapter of the Black Panthers. And that group was kind of like a political group, but it was also a social group that helped a lot of people in their neighborhoods. You know, they had school programs, lunch programs, and all kinds of stuff, but they were also about, you know, pushing an agenda forward for equality, for diversity, for a fair shake, and for fair representation. And sadly, the young man was murdered in his sleep in a joint raid between the Chicago police and the FBI. And after it happened, it was ruled as a justified homicide. So sadly, there was no retort for something like that, and we lost a great man and someone who really helped, you know, help the vision for what Black Panther stood for, and also for the Black family unit. And it's beautiful that we're about to see a story told about this young man. We've had Black Panthers in film before, but I think this is another story that is worth telling. And I'm very, very interested, guys, to see what you think about this. Are you excited for this? Are you psyched? I really want to see the first trailer, and just, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of emotions with it, but I'm ready for it. I'm very interested to see this, and I think it's something that we need right now. So we're going to go in and move on, but you guys go in and check out that book, because the book I've heard is dope. And also, on top of just me hearing that it's good, after researching it, finding out that it's good enough to make Antoine Fuqua be like, yo, this is a passion project, might be something that you want to check out. So check out that book, and we're going to move on. So next up, Hellboy creator Mike Mignola is dropping a little bit of news saying that there is going to be a Hellboy reboot. And this reboot is going to be R-rated. Now, I know a lot of people, before we even get started, were excited about Hellboy and the possibility of a Hellboy 3 by, of course, Guillermo del Toro. But unfortunately, That's not going to happen. But that doesn't mean our adventures with Hellboy have to stop. Because where it is right now, we got Neil Marshall of Game of Thrones fame and also from The Descent fame kind of in talks to direct this thing. And we're going to be getting a star of David Harbour, everybody's favorite sheriff, from Stranger Things. So it looks like the hands that this is being put in is, you know, pretty solid and also very capable hands. So I'm excited to see that the lore and the mythology of Hellboy is not being lost, even though it would be great to see that third film and what it would look like and what it would represent, especially after the Golden Army. It was just really, really cool, and I love the way it was designed. But just like any other comic book, this is just another writing and artist team that's coming onto this property to give us another view, another adventure of Hellboy, if you will. And that's something that I think is ultra cool. So before I move forward, I have to remind you guys that you can find me on Black Hollywood Live. That's right, the place where they do after shows, celebrity interviews, sports talk, geek, nerd, tech, follow up on Black Twitter, all that, and you can find that at blackhollywoodlive.com. And if you want to see more of what they're doing from week to week, you can check out all of their videos at youtube.com/blackhollywoodlive. So before we bounce to the next, I know there's always a couple of people that might not know who Hellboy is. So, of course, your fingers might be Googling right now, but if they're not, Hellboy is a demonic hero who ends up being one of the best paranormal investigators and eliminators in his field. And he's snarky, he's funny, he's a big teddy bear, and he could be a doorway to the apocalypse, possibly. But it's, you know, a ton of good stories, very macabre, drawn very, Mike has a very interesting style of drawing, and just a great mythology built around him and tons of stories to tell. So you should probably check it out. If you're into supernatural and supernatural action, Hellboy is probably something that might be right up your alley. So, of course, the last thing we got to get to, because I got to let you get to your Friday, is Blade Runner. Oh, yes. Next up, the Blade Runner trailer has just dropped. People are loving it, sharing it, enjoying it, so let's wrap. The trailer is intriguing. I think that's the best way to, you know, describe it from my perspective. You get this very interesting tone. The music and the atmosphere seem to be a character in this, and you get this kind of vibe where it's begging you to ask more questions. It's baiting you to peek around that corner and stuff like that. And I love the way the trailer does that. I think this is classic sci-fi, and one of the parts that sets this apart from any other sci-fi is that Blade Runner, if you did not know, is a film from like 83. I can't remember. I'm sure you guys will tell me in the comments, like 83, 82, something like that. But whatever, it was a film from the 80s, and it was kind of the, I guess you could say, godfather of sci-fi as far as what is real, what does it mean to be human kind of stuff on the big screen. And it changed a lot of people's lives, and it became a cult hit, and there's tons of different cuts on it. I think you should probably watch like the final cut and maybe the director's cut, but the film is beautiful, it's amazing, and it asks a lot of questions. So flashing forward to this sequel is nothing different, and I love that about that. It's like we're basically picking up right off of where we were. The world is just beautiful. A big shout out to the set design. Like, the set design in this is just incredible. The artistry that's put into it, the colors, the way it's just framed is just beautiful. Like, you look at this and you're just like, man, somebody cares about Blade Runner. And that's all I can really ask. because the set design only helps the atmosphere, the tone, and the music create this shroud of secrecy, this shroud of a society, and maybe a society behind a society. And I'm hyped for that. I'm really hyped. And part of that is just the cast, man. You check out, you got Ryan Gosling, you got Jared Leto, you got Harrison Ford returning, and you got, I can't think of her name, Claire from House of Cards. But the cast is so cool that I almost forgot that the only diversity in this trailer is an Asian girl hologram dancing in the middle of the street. But all jokes aside, it looks amazing, man. It really looks cool. I think it's going to be a fun time at the theater, and I am hyped to see how this turns out. So another shout out to Denis Villeneuve, or Denis Villeneuve. I'm going to fix your name one day. I think it's Denis Villeneuve. Denis Villeneuve, and I'm probably messing your name up. I apologize, but I have been a fan of yours since Prisoners. And like ever since I saw that, I was like, yo, who made this movie? And I mean, on to Sicario, to Arrival, and this looks like it's going to be another hit. So I'm excited. I hope you're excited. So jump down in the comments and let's talk about what we think Blade Runner is going to be like, because I love speculation. So that's your Friday. I'm having a ball. Hope you're having a ball. Now go have more of a ball, man. Pick up a comic book or something. Do something fun for me. I'll do something fun for you. Like tell you to hit up thatnerdsoul.com. You can check out all my videos from the oldest, the newest, the latest, the greatest, and all that. And then hit up shop.thatnerdsoul.com and pick yourself up a t-shirt, player. And don't forget one for them playettes. Then come back here, like, comment, subscribe, and share that Nerd Soul. See, that is right there. There's no other way that I can tell people that you like what you are watching. And my shout outs gotta go to LA, what up? VA, what up? RVA, you got my heart. And please be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. And read up on Fred Hampton, man. I cannot wait until that film comes out. I think it's gonna be real powerful. So peace.